And we're going to import our character files. Alright, we're going to start out in Maya LT, and to get started we're going to go ahead and open up one of our files that Delano has given us for our character. So let's go ahead and go to File, Open Scene, and we're going to go into our Project Files folder, and you're going to see the Indie Game Development Maya LT Ghost Knight. And you'll see a file in here called KnightRigSkeleton.mlt. So go ahead and select that and hit open, and I don't want to save that. And you'll see that this is the Ghost Knight character, and he has his rig, and he's been skinned to this rig. Now there are no animations on this, as we don't need them for this particular file. This file, or this character that we have here, is going to define the rig, and it's also going to define the avatar that we're going to be using for the rest of our animations that Delano has given us. Now, before we get going too far, I want to make a very quick note. We are going to be providing the FBX files for the character and for the game boss, so that way if you don't have Maya LT, you can still follow along with the course. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So to export out our character, the first thing that we need to do is go ahead and set up our Unity project to use the Send to Unity feature. So let's go ahead and go to File, Send to Unity, Set Unity Project. By left clicking on that, you'll want to go ahead and navigate to the folder for your Unity project. So in this case, it's going to be in our Project Files folder and then under the Unity Files. So here we'll select the Unity Files folder and then hit Select. Alright, so now that that is set, let's go ahead and make sure that we have our outliner open, and you can open this up very quickly by clicking on this panel layout, and then we'll expand the Ghost Knight object, and we'll select Root 01, hold down Control, and select Model 01. With both of those selected, we'll go to File, and Send to Unity, and Selection. So now it's going to show us our Models folder, okay, that is inside of Unity. Now you may not have created this models folder. You could do it here if you like. So under the assets folder you could right click and do a new folder, okay, and then name that models. So go ahead and go into your models folder, and I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to say Ghost Knight _rig, so that way I know exactly which one it is. Okay, now whenever we go through and start selecting our options for our FBX file that's going to be exported out, we're going to go ahead and clear everything out. Okay, I don't need any tangents or binormals for this particular character because it doesn't have any normal maps, and I don't need any smoothing groups, and I don't want to triangulate this. I'll let Unity take care of that for me. Alright, so then we have our animation. We want to make sure that that is turned off. We don't have any animations or cameras or lights. I'm also going to turn off embed media because I don't want those textures that are on this character to import in, because I want to be able to control that and clean those up as needed. Also, you'll want to check your units, make sure your scale factor is set to 1.0 or automatic, and then axis conversions is set to white or Y. So with Maya and Unity, the y-axis is up, so there's really no need to convert that. Alright, so let's go ahead and export selection. We're going to get a warning asking about skin definitions, and the skin definitions that we have here, the reason we're getting this warning is because we have some bones that aren't really influencing any vertices on any of the models, and so it's going to give us that warning. We can go ahead and look past that because it's going to work just fine. So hit close, and then we'll bring up Unity, and let's take a look at the character that we just brought in. So under our models folder, you'll see that we have Ghost Knight Rig. Go ahead and select him. Now you'll notice that the textures and things are showing up here. The reason that we have textures showing up is because I've already brought them into a textures folder. This you can also find in your project files folder under the assets folder in your Unity files. So I've just gone ahead and brought those in because it just takes time and it's just an extra step. So we have those in subfolders called Boss, Ghost Knight, and the miscellaneous textures that are needed. Okay, so now with our models, let's select that Ghost Knight Rig, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down through the options here. Everything should stay as default except for this import materials. I don't want to import any materials, so I'm going to hit apply, and then we'll move on to rig, and we're going to use an animation type rig of generic. Now this character is a humanoid type character, but it's not going to work exactly the way that we think it should. The humanoid rig that you see here is used for characters that have a full mesh. So they have a mesh for the arms and the elbow and the wrists and things like that. So this is a very unique character. So we're going to leave it as generic, and then we're going to create an avatar definition from this model. So let's go ahead and choose the root node, and we're going to make that root 001, or root 01, excuse me, and hit apply. Let's go to our animations. Let's turn off animations and then hit apply on that. And there we go. So now we have our character ready to go. And now all we have to do is go ahead and drag and drop him into our scene. Now notice the materials have gone missing off of our character. And that's because we turned off that import materials. Okay. Now this Ghost Knight rig, I want to parent it to the character here. So let's go ahead and remove the Knight model. So I'm going to select that, delete it, and grab my Ghost Knight rig, parent it to the character, and then we're going to zero out the positions. So we'll do 0, 0, 0 in the X, Y, and Z. Alright, now on the Y, he's a little bit too high, so I'm going to drop him down. So I'm going to say negative 0.5, and his feet will be in line with that ground check. Perfect. Now let's rotate him 90 degrees to where he's facing down the X direction. Alright, so now that we have that set, we can go ahead and we can start setting up the materials for our character.